We're talking about breakfast today, and you can't talk about breakfast in the city of Houston without the Breakfast Club. Almost a quarter century of being right here, the corner of Travis, West Alabama. It's a staple of the community. Marcus Davis is born and raised here, kept it here. The chicken wing and waffle craze, since 2001, they're doing that here. Catfish and grits. Let's go talk to Marcus for a little bit. Get some chicken wings and waffles, club sandwich, because you're in the club. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go. Marcus, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. I'm glad.
It's such an honor and a pleasure to talk to the Marcus Davis at the Breakfast Club. When did you open this place?
The people were invited in 2001. I opened it in my mind first.
Oh, heard.
Yeah.
I was like, where are we going with this?
I'm a big believer in vision.
Born and raised Houston?
Born and raised, straight out of the north side, Fort Worth, Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
So what made you say, hey, I want to open a restaurant?
I grew up in the home of a guy who was one of the best cooks that I think Houston ever seen, my dad.
Yeah.
He was an educator by profession, but his two passions were food and music. And so I grew up in a house that we were always entertaining. Anytime I see someone, they say, hey, oh, that's Jerry's son. What's your daddy cooking? That's how I got into loving creating spaces for people to enjoy themselves. After my dad, I started working in a restaurant when I was a kid. I turned 15, I ran to the mall to get a summer job, part-time job at the fast food restaurants.
In 99,
yeah.
You had this vision of this restaurant. What was the Breakfast Club's, when you thought of it?
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah?
Yeah, so my definition of entrepreneur is filling the void in the marketplace that the marketplace is calling for, consciously or subconsciously. In 2001 or 99, when I started writing this up, this didn't exist in the city of Houston.
It did not.
Right? And on the national level, there was a void as well. If you think back to 99, when the world collectively agreed to pay $5 for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Right?
It went from like 30 cents to $5 like that, Yeah.
So coffee shops were all the rage. As I went to each of these coffee shops that I'm hanging out in, it's just coffee. It's no good food. And then the restaurants that I'm going to for breakfast, it's cool breakfast, but no great coffee.
It never really kind of came together.
It never came together.
You have fantastic coffee.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So our original slogan was the Breakfast Club, the coffee shop that just happens to serve great food.
That's a long slogan, but I like it. So what are the dishes?
Wow.
What was the one that you were like, gotta have this?
So the two things that I felt like we gotta have, because I felt like they would be intriguing because they weren't popular at the time, was the catfish and grits and the wings and waffles. In 2001, those weren't the popular dish that they are today. And they weren't sold as an 8 o'clock Tuesday morning breakfast.
The line of people will tell you that you said that was right.
So initially, a lot of raised eyebrows, catfish and grits.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of education, right? Wings and waffles, that don't go together. A lot of education. Again, this is in 2001.
I know, but now it's like synonymous. Like it's there.
Right.
We all know it.
Right.
And almost every breakfast place has got a version of that.
Right. Right. By the way, I think it's blasphemy to do chicken tenders and waffles as chicken waffles.
I agree with that. I sat with you not too long ago, and people ordered the waffles, but they ordered it crispy. What did they say, like your mother's style or something like that?
Oh no, that was the pancake.
The pancake.
That was the pancake. Yeah, that was the pancake.
But it's a crispy pancake, right?
Yeah. So we have an off the menu item at TBK called the Jerry Cake. My brother would come in before he went to work, and he would, he hold his meetings here, so on and so forth. But he was always in the kitchen. He used to work, but he would go in the kitchen and he would make his own breakfast before he met with whomever he's meeting with. And so his guests would ask, hey, I want a pancake like Jerry. They'd order pancakes, but theirs wasn't like his. Jerry was making the version that my mother made, which was crispy edges around, a lot of butter. And so people started asking for it, have a Jerry cake. And so it's not on the menu, but don't tell anybody, all right? No one. Don't tell them.
Don't say a word. And you get in here, you get to the counter, you got the menu, you order what you're gonna get, you get the number. And then there's the array of coffees that are just, and like a thing of hot syrup and like everything laid out for everything you ever wanted. That's a lot of thought because like, again, you go back to like the original breakfast place where it's like one coffee, we don't really care, but you've put a lot of effort into it. Why?
I wanted coffee drinkers to know we were serious about our coffee program.
Yeah, the deals you buy a cup, you can try whatever you want.
You can try whatever.
So literally,
you
you can have a little
Yeah.
coffee tasting if you really want to sit down
a
there.
flight.
A flight. That's very well said. Very well said. This always happens where people say, "Well, I just can't get in there; it's too busy." The line, this goes, I mean, fast.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long.
So two things. One, there's a little hidden secret about TBK. If you show up here on a Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock for breakfast, you can walk right in the door. So the other part, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're running 2 restaurants. The backside is called Signature Cafe. So if you don't want to wait in the line and you know what you want, our signature dishes, the fish and grits, the wings and waffle, the pork chops and the eggs, the breakfast specials, we serve them on a menu in a 50-seat restaurant right behind.
Awesome. All right.
Let's eat.
Yeah. So this is, does it normally come with the bananas and everything?
This is our banana nut waffle.
Okay.
Right? It's got the
bananas.
bananas, it's got the pecans on the inside. You can get just the regular, or you can get it with bananas on top, pecans on the inside. You can get it with blueberries on top. You can get it with strawberries on top.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
The focus of this is
The chicken wing. Do you like wings?
But these are beautiful. I mean, that crust is perfect.
You like that, huh?
Uh-huh.
Try one.
Yeah, you should try one.
Yeah. That's not bad if I must say so
That is
myself.
seasoned outstandingly. That's a good waffle. All right, we have to talk about this.
I don't believe that you're supposed to eat pork chops with knives or forks. My papa said it came with a handle for a reason. It's a finger food. God intended you to pick it up. Go ahead, jump in on that.
You said if I use a fork and knife here, we're not gonna be friends. So, Marcus, what is wrong with you, man?
I'm just trying to make people happy. That's all I want to do.
And this is the basis of everything, right?
All the flavor comes.
Okay, man.
And you know what makes it? You know what really makes it taste good? You're eating it with
Love.
your fingers. Don't you feel liberated?
Man. Does anybody order anything other than chicken wings and
Oh,
waffles
God,
and,
yes.
and
Oh.
catfish and grits?
Yeah.
What is the thing on the menu that you wish people ordered more of?
Man, we make some really good sandwiches. Lunch sandwiches. Our chicken club sandwich is delicious. Our club sandwich is absolutely delicious.
Don't think I'm not ordering one. So we got a chicken club,
Yeah, we got the chicken club with bacon, tomato, lettuce,
and then just the
Yeah.
regular old school.
club sandwich.
I do believe, wow, that the club sandwich is the greatest sandwich out there.
I do too. That's why I thought we should have a great one.
It's not the easiest to do.
No?
It's easy to not do it right,
Right.
but this is like, that is thick.
I love it.
There's a few times in my life when I get giddy from eating something. That's pure
one.
giddiness right there.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it, man.
You know what? Thought that popped in my head.
What's that?
By definition, you better have a good club sandwich. It's in the name too.
It's in the name.
I never put 2 and 2 together.
Man. What would we look like if we didn't have a great club sandwich? So that's why we make the chicken club, the club. We have a sandwich called the Breakfast Club.
What's about the Breakfast Club?
Turkey, ham, bacon, egg. Yeah,
That's delicious.
yeah. So we make a cold and hot version of this.
It's just this place, iconic, almost a quarter century. To be your new
Nearly
nickname,
quarter century.
quarter cent.
Yes, it's official.
Everything. Not everybody can do that. You stay consistent. You stay true to who you are,
Right.
and you've done it. And if people haven't experienced this, they need to. Marcus, thank you so much for what you've done for this city and what you've done for, well, quite frankly, the breakfast world. Like I said, it's an honor.
Appreciate it.
What to eat at Breakfast Club? The wings and the waffles, absolutely a must. The pork chop and eggs, get them fried. The catfish and grits, I mean, that thing was breakfast, it's lunch, it's probably some dinner too. It's a giant portion. And then, you know what? Breakfast Club just isn't about breakfast. There is lunch, and the club sandwich is delicious. All right, Breakfast Club, delicious. Now we're going around the corner, we're going to Harry's. Breakfast Club, amazing. But right around the corner, right in the middle of, it's kind of Midtown, it's kind of Montrose. We're at Harry's. When we talk about breakfast, it's generally like hash browns, bacon, sausage, eggs, whatever. Here, there is that, but then there's a taste of a lot of home, their homes. So let's check it out. It's gonna be good. We're at just one of the iconic places in the city, Harry's, right in Montrose. And we're gonna talk with Yanni and Zoe about the history of this place. Let's just kind of walk through, because this place has gone through a number of changes over the years. Your dad, your mom bought this in 93?
That's correct. We're still a family-owned restaurant.
Like most parents are like, yeah, don't get in the restaurant business.
No.
They couldn't keep you out of it though.
No, it was our passion. We grew up with it. We were 6 years old. Other kids would have summer camp, and we were in the summer helping our parents in the kitchen.
How often are your parents here at the same time? Are you guys all four here all the time?
Most of the time, you'll find us all four here. We just work. Just in the mornings, we sit down, have family breakfast. We just talk over the day.
Special.
Yeah, it is. Not a lot of people get to do that with their parents, so we feel special.
And then when did you remodel this?
We did it in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep up with the times, and we said we needed a fresh, new look for the restaurant.
But even as it was, up until not too long ago, it's evolved just through the thought process of food, right? Because this was more cafeteria style.
Correct. And you would grab your tray and come through here. Here was like all these salads you find in traditional cafeterias, and and then you get your meats and your entrees and your roll, and then we'd have the pies over there, and you'd cash out over there in the cash register.
You listen to what your guests have said.
What they wanted.
And what they want, which is not what you guys really truly expected to hear, is it?
No, it was breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
The thing was kind of unexpected. Cafeteria was this thing that people knew us to be. But we remodeled the restaurant. My mother actually came up with the idea, let's open on Sundays and do this breakfast brunch style. And we didn't know what to expect, but the crowd started coming, by the hundreds.
We remodeled, but everything's brand new.
Yeah.
During COVID, the culture changed. Everything changed. And in order for us to survive, we had to focus on breakfast.
That's a very, very hard move.
It is. Well, life is about risks.
Yeah.
And we had to take that risk because I knew we would succeed because we're passionate about food.
Yeah.
You can put us in a different part of the world, in a different kitchen, and we will succeed because we love food. We love to serve people.
Yeah. The new menu was more breakfast focused?
Yes.
Less lunch focused now?
No, now it's 90% breakfast.
I mean, noon is still breakfast time.
Yes.
1 o'clock is still breakfast. Have breakfast for lunch, it's always great. You know what else I like about this place? A bar. Got a full bar here too.
Because we're in Texas, we have to have a bar.
Yeah. I would love to sit down and try a couple of things.
Please.
It's just so exciting. This is the spread. When we start talking about breakfast, this is way more than that all-American breakfast with
Traditional,
hash
yes.
browns and bacon and biscuit, which you guys have.
We have. When some people don't want, they want breakfast, but they don't want lunch, and it's kind of in between.
You're going to have to walk me through some of these things. This is y'all's history. This is
Correct.
your heritage, your family.
That's
right?
what we would eat at home.
Your parents met here.
They did.
Your father's Greek, your mother's Ecuadorian.
Correct. After they married, they went back to Ecuador. They had us, and they decided to come back.
What? Okay, this is gorgeous.
So this is a baraquito. It comes from the Canary Islands. It has licor 43, condensed milk, espresso, and then the milk foam with a lemon rind. And it's perfect.
It's beautiful how
Perfect
it's layered.
The way to drink it is you take your teaspoon and you stir it up, and then you drink it.
Yeah,
we put that all the way in. Put the rind all the way in so you can get all the lemon oils inside.
And your coffee program here is amazing.
It is. We get organic coffee. We get it from Cats. We try to be as local as possible.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yes. It's
Call
a way,
that a Wednesday morning, I'm in.
exactly. It's a way of Texans to drink their coffee.
Wow.
Nice and boozy.
I see this and I'm like, we have to try this now.
Correct. So
And-
it's a baklava French toast.
Right on.
Okay.
So you got French toast.
We have French toast, and we did the filling of the baklava.
Okay.
So it's nuts and honeys and spices.
Yeah.
We decided we needed something to also freshen it up. So we make Greek yogurt in-house.
Okay.
We make our own ice cream Greek yogurt with a touch of a lemon rind inside.
Look at that layer. That is.
Yes.
You say ice cream, and my head goes like sticky sweet, and that's not. It's frozen yogurt. What I think of is baklava when it's got that really crispy, but super sweet and lots of honey. This doesn't do that to me.
No,
That's really nice.
because we want you to finish the plate.
Yeah.
We don't want you to have a one bite and be like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Yeah, it's a great shareable plate too. A lot of people get it at the end of their meal. They get it and share a little bit with everybody,
Fantastic.
isn't it?
All right.
Well, the chilaquiles. So they're divorced chilaquiles because they have the salsa verde and they have the salsa ranchera. We make our own crema fresca here. We do our own pickled onions. And it's super simple, but so good because you get the tanginess from our salsa verde, the spiciness from our red, refried beans. It's just a great blend.
And you do the salsas, you do everything.
We do all that.
We
Yes.
even make our own chips as well.
Red, little bit of heat, not too much. Great texture. Yeah.
Now you gotta try the salsa verde.
Oh yeah.
That's what you say.
I'm not skipping this. Chips are still crispy. It's great.
You eat this, you won't go home hungry for sure.
Not at all. Not a chance. All right. And I know this is the Ecuadorian dish that we
Yes.
need to really kind of hone in on and take a look at.
That is our beloved plate from our homeland. These are called yapingachos. What they are, they're potato cheese patties. And this is what you would find in Ecuador. A typical breakfast when you go out with your friends. We have our salsa picante. We don't have too much spiciness in Ecuador. This is with a passion fruit.
Okay.
Red jalapeno and passion fruit. And then this is jalapeno cheese sausage.
You know what? It's this that I'm really looking
Yes.
at. And that's just super creamy.
It's a good blend, isn't it?
Right, that's really good.
It's our comfort food.
It's a dish that's become really popular with Americans. Because who doesn't love cheese with the potatoes?
Yeah.
And you can't find it anywhere here, so
I've never seen this.
no.
All right. This
This is a pupusa plate.
giant fan of pupusas.
Yes.
If you have somebody from Salvador working with you and they make pupusas, it's nothing but the greatest amount of pride. You know, watching cooks cook their what they've grown up with. It's awesome.
Well, that's how it happened here. We're just making it for everybody else. And she's Salvadorian. Sara's her name. And she was making them and they were so good. And I have tasted pupusa before, but not like hers. And so I was like, we need to put this on the menu.
And I love it because
Yeah.
Cheeto, all of the deliciousness. So what do you stuff this with? What do you stuff this with?
Zucchini
Nice.
and Monterey cheese.
That's great. I mean, super fresh, lively, vibrant. That's good pupusa. So this is a gyro that I would expect to find, right?
Yeah.
In Greece,
In
yes.
Greece. Walking down the street.
But
Yes.
you don't use the
We know
The
we make
preformy?
no.
This is you stack this,
I marinate, I slice it, marinate it, and then stack it myself. Yeah.
not the norm.
No. I
Yeah.
put a lot of love into my meat. So it's well worth.
Tzatziki,
In Greece, you
tomato,
stuff it
red
with French
onion,
fries.
and then French fries.
Yes, in Greece, you stuff it with French fries.
How is it? Pretty good?
I have the expat students from Greece. They're my regulars, and that's how I know I
did it
was
right.
on point. I did it right.
I would have this for breakfast too.
Yeah.
Amazing that we just traveled the globe.
Which that's our logo. That's our motto. It's the globe on your fork.
I mean, this is a Houston restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, when you get down to thinking about it, the diversity that exists here, like you've brought everything of your cultures into this restaurant, and even the staffs, right?
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
come on, let's everybody's in the breakfast pool. Let's go, and it's pretty amazing thing to see. But Houston's lucky to have this restaurant. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
City, I mean, is a better place because of it. All right, what to order at Harry's? Get the pupusa, the chilaquiles, delicious. The baklava French toast, it's not so sweet, so that's what makes it really delicious to me. And then the omelet, you could add their house-made hero meat into it, which is fantastic. And then if you're just down for the OG stuff, get the American classic. Perfect. One more stop, we're headed over to Emma. So we went to the Breakfast Club. Come on, man, chicken wings and waffles, so good. That club sandwich is still something that's just magical. And then Harry's, just such a great story. But there's little breakfast places all over the city, and places like this where Emma up on 19th and Studenwood is just, man, come on, coffee, this granola with papaya, blood oranges, syrup, and then all the baked goods here are just absolutely fantastic. This place is getting a lot of recognition, and rightfully so. Great cooks, great people. We got a show coming up with them, but look at the conchas and the cookies and the muffins, and but this alone, it's like a piece of art. Just really delicious papaya and granola, yogurt. It's kind of where you want to start. Sit outside, have a beautiful coffee. They roast their own coffee. They do it all here. You know, this is fantastic. Oh man, look at this muffin. It's gorgeous. They know what they're doing here. I didn't see the corn muffin coming. I like it a lot. I always ask the question, what's next? Find out. Hopefully more of these corn muffins. Other places for breakfast, check out Dandelion Cafe. There's multiple locations now. Telewink Grill, golly, it's so good. Dot Coffee Shop. And then, you know what? Think outside the box. Breakfast isn't always just eggs and bacon. It can be, yes, HK dim sum. Delicious shrimp dumplings. Yes! I've always, when people are like, I want ketchup on my eggs, I'm like, what are you missing in life? Right, you really... If you get a thickie, though, that's a hard one. But the little ones, Enrique is from Kansas City, our camera guy. Or he's from Kansas, a big Kansas City fan. But you know what, our only...
You working with a Chiefs fan? Wow.
Boneless chicken wings, no deal.
No deal.
Club sandwiches everywhere.
It sounds like we need to be in Austin right now. While Session is creating legislation.
Boy,
They're here too now, forevermore.
no boneless wings.
There's no such thing as a boneless wing.
All right, so we want to know where you're eating, where you're drinking. Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram. Eat Like a Local TX. Tell us where you're at. Tell us what your local is. That's what we want to know. We want to come see that too. Support our industry. Let's do it together, all right? Eat Like a Local TX.